Fine. Go ahead. Go ahead. This feels like you're actually giving someone a chance to make it up to you. This feels like someone is finally put themselves in a position to where they are able to start progressing with you. And you're hopeful. And this is a reversal of what once was. So this is someone that you kind of been, there's been, maybe you put your foot down and said, look, this will be the last time we deal with this situation if this or that. And they're like, they took you seriously. Like maybe they're just like, okay, all right. I want to be the person that you're wanting me to be, and I want to be the partner you want me to be. But you're like, well, you're going to have to, you know, like I'm going to see some effort here. I'm going to have to know that you're really meaning what you say. It's going to take me some time. Wait, 9 of Swords. So wait a second, like so is that what this is? It's like, how are we going to do this now? What's this? It's having trouble getting off the ground. And is this someone that is, why did they come back and tell you they were ready if they're not ready? Is it just to keep you in position? Because there's been an ending here that is now reopened, and it's got you wanting and hopeful again. So and yet this is someone that is still wanting to be, or is that just words? This is someone that needs to take care of their own issues, but they're wanting to also take care of, like, I feel like they're wanting you not to go anywhere. So they make the effort up front and they tell you what you want to hear. And you're like, well, okay, so you got the door open again. You haven't given anything or agreed or this or that, but then there's still this nagging concern of them kind of handling other things in their life. And I think they know that this is it. Like, you're just like, I'm not messing around. I really do want to, where I'm open to hearing what you have to say, but don't waste my time. I hope you came correct. And then there's this issue of, oh, wait, well, I'm not really able to just yet, or this or that, but I've shown you a taste of what I can give. You know, like, it could be this way, but I have to go back and handle a few things. And you're just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? It's like, you should have just left me alone. And they're wanting you to stay put. And then they're going to try to scramble to make it work. But they haven't resolved a few things that they need to resolve yet. And it's very frustrating because you find that out after you open the door back up. Then they confess and tell you, okay, well, it could be like this, but can you just wait for me because I have to go back and deal with a few things, or, oh, I can't be with you yet because I've still got to take care of this, that, and the other. And you're just like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, it's not what they opened with. They weren't upfront with you about their situation, and they don't want you to move on. And you still care, and you're like, we've been here before. But the thing is, it got you to open back up again. When you were doing your own thing, they got you to believe them. And there's a lot of frustration and in that. And you're hopeful. You're wanting to believe that it could be this different or this time around, or that they mean it, or that it's actually going to happen, that the connection that you had or have can survive this. And they make a good showing. There's a lot that you like about them. There's a lot to be liked about them. But they've got a situation that they need to deal with that they've either been putting off or that they didn't deal with fully. And it's coming back up to bite them. And it's a situation you knew about that was pivotal in you two before. This is something that was kind of in the way. It's either, I don't think it's a character flaw. I think it's unfinished business with a few things. I think it's more like, I don't think it's that they're a bad person or anything like that. I think it's that they're not assertive. They don't handle things up front. They kind of just try to do the fate. Like they don't take care of things. And so there's a lot open-ended in their life. And there's a lot of wing walking. Like they don't really do the fade on something until they've got a firm grip on somebody else or something else. And then they just kind of let something go. You can't do that because eventually those bills come due. Like they come back around, the collections or angry exes, things like that. And so this person's got a lot of that catching up to them, or one big catching up to them. It's either a lot of little things they got to handle or one big thing that they've abandoned to try to go over here. But it's like, you need to go back and do that. And they have to. And so it leaves you once again in the waiting position that you're hopeful for the future, that they will do what they need to do and what they said to do. Because the thing is, it's maddening because you can see the potential. You can see the potential with this person. And they've given you a taste of it. And you're just like, okay, you got the door open. Then I find out you got to go deal with your business. Why didn't you just deal with it? But, oh, wait, you didn't want me to move further away. You didn't want me to move on. You didn't like me getting out ahead. So you hooked me back in, got me all hopeful, and now you're just like, okay, I'll be right back. That does not sit well. That does not suit. That's what bothers me. This is somebody that needs to be more assertive in their life. They need to get their business together. And because it's just not fair. It's shady, and it's control and manipulation, and it's immature. And they need to handle one thing at a time so that they can be that stable partner. They can be that even keel in charge of their life so that they can make more room for other things because they got their own life squared away so they can actually be a good partner and be a good employee or be a good business owner, whatever. They can be stable and secure and reliable and trustworthy, and not this back and forth shenanigans or just let me in. Now that you're in, okay, hold on, I'll be right back. Wait, what? The thing is, even if you are hopeful, it might be that you're like, you know what? Okay, fine. I'm going to be moving on with my life. Like outwardly, it could appear that you're just like, I can't deal with this right now either. I'm just going to I'm going to go back to doing what I'm doing, keeping myself busy so that you can kind of get some distance from this again. But it's still going to be something you're dealing with. And mentally, your energy's there. Outward appearance, it could be that you're just like, moving and shaking and living your life and doing whatever. But mentally, you're now back engaged in that situation with that person. And they're not ready for you. But they didn't want you to move on or to do so. So they reached out, they snagged you back in. And you're like, okay, well, give me something. You're going to have to work for it. What do you got? I mean, I'm not giving you anything. I need to know. Time will tell, all that. And then they got to pull away to go deal with something again. This is somebody from your past. Yep, here we are, juggling and trying to, and this is them not telling you everything. 2 of coins, juggling, adjusting, trying to balance both, do everything because they haven't been upfront and honest. This is not somebody new. It could be, but it feels like you've known them for a while, and this is somebody from your past. Somebody that you've still kind of been friendly with, too. You might still be on good terms, or at least, that do the socials, But this is not someone that you've just been completely from. There's been an ending, but there's still this tie and this attachment, and I feel like they're exploiting that, honestly. I feel like they should have handled their business first and then come and get you. But then that begs the question, okay, is it because what they should have handled first, they either can't, or it's too messy and they don't want to? And they're just kind of really hoping that they could kind of get back in good with you, but before you find out, like get some time in with you and get some credit with you before you find out that there's still that unfinished stuff over there that they didn't really handle. Like they just walked out of a relationship and left all their stuff there or something, and you're like, are you kidding me? Now I've got to deal with your angry ex trying to give you back your stuff and wanting to know what the heck happened, and you've been with me for 3 months, and you know what I mean? It's that kind of stuff. and that's probably a bad example, but point is this is someone that just needs to take care of a few things before they hook you back in. It's manipulative, in some cases cruel. I have more words that I will not waste or say, because I'm sure you're sitting here nodding, or this could have been something, but I think they burned a bridge here, because I don't know how they expect you to trust them if as soon as they get access to you, then they turn around and go, okay, you're in again. I got you. You're in. Okay, I'll be right back. The hell is that? What bothers me is that, again, outwardly you probably look like, you know what, I'm fine, this and that, and I'm living my best life, and I'm doing my thing, but they got you, and they know they got you. They got you mentally, and they know they did, and that bothers me. Maybe they were testing the waters, like, I want to see if I can still affect Scorpio. I want to see if they're still there with me, because then I can buy myself some time, get myself in just enough to where I know I got their interest, then I go back and deal with whatever, while they got you waiting for them and thinking about them and pining. Even if you're not doing it outwardly, they know you. They have this kind of access. That bothers me. Nobody should have that. Well, maybe not, but I don't feel like somebody like this should have that kind of access. Live life to the fullest. Yes, what I just said about living your best life. Yes, only it's because this keeps pulling you back. Not keeps. I mean, this situation pulls you back in, though. It could be a pattern with this person. I feel like you had it. You're just like, you know what? I can't. You probably see what's going on, but they got you again. It gets to be your choice. And the potential is there, although I don't know how if they're doing this. I mean, maybe they are earnest. Maybe it's somebody that truly can't control the shenanigans that somebody else is pulling on them. And just when they think they can make some headway with you, here comes this other situation that kind of maybe somebody's threatened to withhold the kids or money or something. Or maybe it's a job that is not very stable and asks them to go all over the place. Okay, they get a pass. That they can't control everything. But there's still this feeling like they could have handled it better than they did. And it's like they could, this feels like they could have had more control and handled it better than they did. And they just didn't, because they're just not comfortable being more assertive or being the bad person in someone's eyes, or I just, I don't like it. This is not someone that is trying to do with their life and they're falling flat on their face and they're asking for some grace. This is someone that was strategic about trying to kind of get you in position and then scurry back and handle this a little bit and then come back over and check on you and then That's for Scorpio. Turn knowledge into wisdom. Okay, so that's what this, You've been here before. You know what to do, and yet there's part of you that still feels really pulled, because when you care about somebody, that's what happens, right? So the thing is knowing that, you need to apply how you're handling it differently. Because if this is going to keep getting you into the same mess again, you either need to change your mindset about it, or you need to, and I'm saying that because of this, I'm not going off and lecturing, or it's like there needs to be acceptance, like, okay, you know what, this person's got me, I'm just going to basically ride this out until I get it out of my system, or I now know because of this happening again, that this person is just not capable of such and such, and I can't deal with them in this capacity. I can't consider anything they have to say serious, because I know that they don't mean it, because they can't, they're not there, whatever. Because otherwise you're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over again and keep getting hurt and round we go. So this is like, okay, knowing what I know about this person, I need to safeguard myself, or I need to just see it for what it is, accept it, and this time needs to be different because I can't keep doing this. It's painful, it's frustrating. And there's a connection here. That's the thing that's bothersome, is that they have your number. Like, they know how to get to you. Nobody gets to have that access, especially someone like this that doesn't value it for what it should be. Okay, well, there's that. Knight of Swords. That could be Aquarius. Knight of Swords reversed. Oof. Yeah, someone acting not very well thought out. Just kind of acting very hastily. And this is the Eight of Pentacles. Which, okay, again, there's that earnestness. Okay, but this is someone that doesn't think things through. It could be immaturity. It could be somebody just having a real issue with focus and organization. It could be somebody that has a lot of unfinished business that just kind of darts and goes for one thing and handles it a little bit, and then darts over here and goes and handles it a little bit, and there needs to be a much more solid, stable progression in their own lives before they can even offer that to anybody else. And I think they try, and then they get into trouble and they have to go handle this. So I could see where the attraction is. I could see why there's the allure of the pull, because you see the person that they probably come by it honestly. They're not a jerk, but it's messy. It's messy. It's irresponsible and messy. And I don't think they take into consideration how that affects you or even the other people around them. Their employer, their kids, it's messy. They gotta work on that. Honestly. And it's not just you saying that. Life is gonna demand it from them. They can't keep all the balls in the air, and I mean not in a good way. They can't keep it's like that those plates on sticks, where you got to sit here and do the thing, and they're going to start breaking. Someone needs to handle their business before they go on to the next big thing. They need to handle all the little things that are waiting around. All right. I hope this was helpful. I hope they, honestly, because you do care for them, and I hope that they're able to find a way to start dealing with all of the little things that are starting to really pile up and all this unfinished business. I hope they find a way to deal with that, because the potential for you too, it could be something. It really could. And I hope that doesn't make you want to stay and fix them, because that's not what you're supposed to do. But it's just a shame, because there's chemistry here. There's an affinity. If they could just get their business together, All right. Scorpio, I hope this was helpful. I hope to see you in the next reading. Thank you for stopping by. Take care.